Are you a fan of vehicle mods? Do you wish that I covered more of them? Then this is going to be the video for you, but there's going to be a pretty cool twist, because this is not your typical vehicle mod. But first, this is the one and only glide/styled vehicle base. An incredibly cool vehicle base that has a ton of amazing features, and honestly, I've forgotten how far vehicles have come in Garry's mod. The old jank ones from garrysmod.org, that's a thing of the past. We have some truly incredible vehicles here, and this is just one of them. I mean, we got tanks, for crying out loud. And you can definitely do some serious damage with it. Hell, we even have jets, and yeah, I really can't believe this. This is honestly an incredibly cool vehicle base, and I am a huge fan. There's no extras you have to download, just the base itself, and you could do some pretty cool stuff like fly this thing. But we're not here to talk about jets. Oh no, we're here to talk about something else. Specifically, the thing that you can do on these vehicles, and that is using weapons. This is the one and only Glide Handheld Weapons mod, and yes, you can whip out a weapon while you are driving around and shoot cyberpunk style. It truly is an incredibly cool mod. Awesome reload animations. Don't ask why my hands aren't on the handlebars, but I do want to talk about this mod because this is seriously something awesome and different from the typical stuff that we showcase here. Now, I do want to get this out of the way. Thank you to Killer7 for suggesting this, and also, they don't work all that well in third person. However, there are a ton of different weapons to choose from. With the model 1887, if you really do want to live out your best Arnold life and try to emulate the amazing moments from Terminator 2, and this is actually what drew me to this mod. That reload is iconic, and I absolutely love it. It looks really cool. Now, you also want to be very mindful of your FOV. You guys probably can't tell because of the way I have it cropped, but I can actually see my arm is floating right now, and even when I put the weapon away, you can see that as well. So, right-click is going to be your reload. Now, the reload's not always gonna look great. You know, it's just kind of floating there. But enough talk of these weapons. How do they actually perform? And, well, it's going to entirely depend on your aim. But it is incredibly fun to drive around like an absolute maniac from an action movie or something, and just whip out a weapon like this and go to town. Now, something to keep in mind, you want to be very careful about when you bring it up, because if you don't shoot for a bit, you put it away, and there is a slight delay. And depending on how you're approaching the enemy, that could actually really mess up your shots. But as you can see, it's not really affecting me. Alright, what other weapons do we have? We have, well, a few others. You can even use some Half-Life weapons, although that's not going to be the basis of this video. We got the Fang 46, which, kind of looks a little weird, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what's up with that weird blur, but that certainly is an issue. Alright, let's try the G18. And we can see this thing. It looks nice and natural. Alright, now we're gonna try the G18. And this is just straight gangsta, man. Like, I am not gonna lie to you. This is pretty damn cool. Go ahead and reload. Try to get around here. You get some pretty good angles too, so you're not really forced to strictly shoot in front of you. Like, you can go straight behind you if you want, all while controlling the vehicle. It feels really good. Now, this is obviously not the best weapon against some pretty tanky zombies like this. We do run out of magazines pretty quick. So why don't we go ahead and try something a bit beefier like the Magnum. We're also going to switch up the vehicles. Here you can see we got a classic muscle car. Looks absolutely incredible. I also love the different particle effects, like driving into the grass. I'm not going to talk about the base anymore. It's phenomenal. Check it out if you love vehicles. But yes, you can even shoot out of your car, which really reminds me of Cyberpunk. Alright, so I did go ahead and spawn in some zombies. See if we can get around and get some good shots in. Well, after I reload. Don't ask me how I'm steering the wheel while I'm doing that, though. You really don't want to know. Alright, here goes nothing. Now, aiming can be kind of difficult. The reticle can kind of blend in with some of the brighter colors. And obviously, this isn't the only way you can kill zombies. But this feels really cool. I only wish that it worked better in third person, which, you know, you can use it in third person, especially when you're in a car, because, well, you really can't see the janky animations, but it works just fine. Alright, next up we got the Mac-10, an absolute classic when it comes to drive-bys. I'm probably going to get demonetized for even mentioning that. But yeah, you could do some pretty cool stuff with it. I'm not going to talk about it too much more. All these vehicles, as far as I'm concerned, do support this mod, and it is such a cool improvement to an already amazing vehicle mod. Just again, be wary that not all weapons are going to work great. There are quite a few. Here's all the weapons right here. I'm not going to talk about all of them because a lot of them are just kind of the same thing or very similar. I did want to try the Ranger, but unfortunately, I believe this one is suffering from the same issue as the Fang, where it kind of has that strange repeating effect. Yeah, as you can see, only a couple weapons do have this problem, and it could be a mod I have installed, so I wouldn't call the mod out just yet on that. There could be a very easy explanation for it. But yeah, if you want to act like an action hero from a movie, or just look like an absolute badass, this is definitely going to be a mod that I think you'll enjoy. But as always, you guys are the judge. Do you think this mod looks pretty cool? I'd love to know in which way you would use it, and also what mods you would like to see in the future. Leave a like, subscribe if you want. Links will be in the description. I'll see you guys in the next video, and until next time, stay awesome, and farewell.